The three types of fraud alerts. Hi, this is Consumer Protection Attorney Bill Clanton. I've helped hundreds of consumers deal with inaccurate credit reporting, debt collection harassment, and other consumer-related matters. There are three types of fraud alerts are the temporary or initial fraud alerts, the extended fraud alerts, and the active duty military alerts. All three types are available to consumers, and they require that the CRA, the credit reporting agency that you report the fraud to, alert the other credit reporting agencies. So if you tell TransUnion, then they need to tell Equifax and Experian. Now, in order to take advantage of these fraud alerts, you need to give a fraud alert to the Bureau with your proper identification. Now, the law doesn't talk about what the proper identification is. It leaves that up to the bureaus. And this can be difficult for some people. I've had clients who've disputed information with, including a driver's license, and the bureaus have said, we can't identify you. So being a victim of identity theft and trying to dispute it and identify yourself properly can be a real problem. Provisions for each alert under the Fair Credit Reporting Act do not limit liability for consumers. The consumers can enforce their rights against the credit reporting agencies and users under negligent, noncompliance, and willful provisions of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So you have the standard Fair Credit Reporting Act liability scheme for identity theft and for a failure to honor your fraud alerts. That's important. There's not liability for the fraud alert itself. There's liability for how they handle the fraud alerts. So, Regulation V, consumers must provide an appropriate proof of identification to the CRAs for verification. And that can be a difficult part of giving a fraud alert to the bureaus. They may reject it. Identity theft is a challenging problem. It can be very difficult. When someone takes your identity, it's hard to know how much they've taken, how much they know about you, and what they've done. And it's important to call the bureaus and let them know about the fraud, about the identity theft, about what's going on. If you have problems with identity theft or fraud alerts or locking down your credit report, give us a call and be on the lookout. We're going to make a video for each of these types of alerts: the initial fraud alert, the extended fraud alert, and the active duty alert. So be on the lookout for those. If you need help with identity theft, give us a call. We want to help you get this straightened out and see if a furnisher or credit bureau can be liable for failing to correct your credit report. Thanks for watching this video. If you learned something, or if you want me to keep making videos about identity theft and these related issues, then please subscribe. Thanks for watching.